and welcome to the Shropshire Hills. This is my first visit here. So I've arrived pre-sunrise and I'm just waiting for this sun to come up. I'm just scouting around trying to get an idea to get a few compositions when it sounds like Max has just found the water. Get a few compositions when the sun comes up. What are you doing, Max? Yeah, he's found the water. Alright, so I'm going to carry on walking around, just see if I can find something, set the camera up and wait for a bit of light. We've got about 10 minutes till sunrise. I've found a group of trees down there. What looks as though it might make a nice composition. But that's also catching my eye there. There's a lone tree on the horizon up there. So I'll go and have a look at that. There's absolutely nobody here. And I can't believe I haven't been here before now. This is what, 50 minutes an hour away from my house. But I suppose in the past I've always been guilty of travelling to the more rugged summits, shall we say. Because I do like the higher tops in Snowdonia, but this is very nice. I'm just going to finalise this composition for when this sun comes up and grab a few shots, and then the plan is to explore around here for a few hours, get some idea of locations and what have you for future visits, and just enjoy the day. Max is enjoying it. Anyway, I'll turn the camera around, you might see him. Right, I've set up my first composition. There's a nice tree on the right hand side of the frame and a group of smaller trees leading down towards the valley and the sun in the distance there. Gear wise, I'm using a Fuji X-T2. I've got the 16 to 55 lens on, the polarizer, and a 2 and a 3 stop ND grad because that sun's quite strong. Camera settings with ISO 200, f8 and a shutter speed of 1.3 seconds. I'm going to hang around here for half hour or two, see how the light develops on these trees and what have you. The tree I showed you earlier on, I'll just turn around. Up there on the horizon, I might go a bit nearer that later and see if I can make a nice composition of that. And then I'm going to continue along that ridge path there and just get some idea of future compositions. I just took a photo of this scene behind me. I'm just waiting for the sun to come up now and see if it casts any better light over the foreground in the shot. On the right hand side I've positioned that large tree there, well, the larger of the group of trees, shall I say, to add foreground interest. Then that leads down, there's a group of smaller trees going straight the way down to the valley, and then you've got the sun rising in the distance. I think that makes a nice shot. As I say, I've just grabbed a shot, there was some, just as the sun came up, some nice colours in the sky, and I'm just going to spend about half hour or so here, just waiting to see how the light develops, and then we'll move on and find something else to photograph. It's got a bit overcast at the moment. There's a bit of cloud there where the sun's disappeared behind, so just gonna have a scout round here for another composition, grab another shot, and then we'll get on our way. I like the look of this tree. Yeah, so might try and make something of that. But I want to try and separate that from the background if I can. Stopped here because there's some nice light catching the valley down there. A few nice trees as well. I'll spend a little bit of time here getting some compositions. Might even get the stove out and mount myself a coffee. I've just took one shot. I'll just show you the scene I've got here. That's on the back of the camera. That's the scene looking down there. I've got the circular polarizer in, 2-stop graduated filter, and settings. Let's just put that on there. Settings. Yeah, I'm going to ISO 200, f8, and 25th of a second. here on top of the Shropshire Hills, and I've got to admit I've never paid these much attention. As I mentioned earlier, they're reasonably close, well, they're very close to my house. About 50 minutes to an hour to get here. But I've always bypassed these and gone to the higher summits in Snowdonia, the Bear Winds, the Lake District, places like that. But there's some terrific views from around here, and there's some good photographic potential by the look of it. Come across this nice stand of trees. They're standing on their own on the hillside, so there should be a good opportunity for some separation here. I've just took some photos of some nice wild ponies, but I didn't do any video because I didn't want to well, I did do video. I did video on the camera, but I didn't take any video with speech because I didn't want to frighten them off. But they seem fairly tame anyway. Anyway, I'll talk you through this composition while I'm thinking on this one. Right. I've got the 50 to 140 lens on, and there's a group of trees. You can see them in the distance there. I'm thinking now I'll make a nice shot there if I group them something like that. And you've got the pathway running through and out the back, so it gives a nice leading line to lead through the scene, and the hills in the background adding a little bit more interest. I'll set this shot up and I'll get back to you. Right, I've framed this composition up. Don't know how well that's showing on the back of the screen because it's quite bright. As I said, it's those group of trees there. I'm at roughly 70mm. ISO 200. f5.6, 1/125 for the shutter speed. I'll just set a 2-second timer. Right, I'm going to grab this shot. Check it. Oh, it's looking good on the screen. Just check the histogram, make sure I got the data. Yeah, now clipping. Job's a good one. Max is doing a bit of sunbathing. Just heading over that way, see if there's any compositions in amongst those trees. I've just framed a few up from this side with the 50 to 140, but there's too many really to isolate any, so I'll see what I can do when I get nearer to them. It's always nice to visit new areas, get the creative juices going. I mean, you've got to work a little bit harder and lower your sights really for the day, because today's more about finding compositions rather than trying to get there to photograph them in nice light. Right, so I'm going to put this camera away and I'll get back to you when we get over to these trees on the ridge line of the hill. Lovely view down into the valley bottom there. I've just set a shot up and I'll just go through the settings. Filter wise, I've got a polarizer on, a 0.9 soft grad and a 0.6 soft grad, because that sky, if you look, is quite harsh up there. Probably too harsh really, but I'm just taking this photograph as a record. Probably look nice towards sunset, I would imagine this. Yeah, towards sunset or early morning with some mist on. Anyway, for this shot I've switched back to the 16 to 55. I'm at 16mm. Settings, if I can see, ISO 200, f8 at 1/40th. Come across this nice attractive tree on its own in the middle of nowhere, so I might get the long lens out and just try a few compositions with this. Another one to return to when the light's perfect. Just making my way to a group of trees what I saw this morning. I couldn't see very much this morning because it was twilight, the sun hadn't come up just at the moment, so I'm making my way back now to see if I can see if there'll be any good compositions for future. Probably take a few test shots and then I've got to get home. Got visitors round tonight for drinks, so I'm looking forward to that. A few drinks, a meal, round off a day. Come on, Max. Somebody's having their meal. I didn't realise there was wild ponies on here. You got them in the Carnethai and the Brecon Beacons I've seen some. We've got them here as well. Right, we'll get up to these trees and I'll bring you back. Well, I walked up to those trees, there wasn't any compositions really, it was fairly busy and there's a lot of fences around it, so I left them and I got back to the van, got sorted, got Max in, and I forgot to do a closing video. Well, I'm on my way home now, just travelling down towards the M54. Now I've just pulled over, just have a little break and just do this last video really. Well, thanks for coming along on the journey. I hope you found it a little bit interesting. As I say, I'm trying to make my photography videos a little better. The backpacking videos I felt totally at ease making them, but for some reason photography videos I have to think about what I am videoing, because most of the time I'm too immersed in taking photos, and the videos are like a second thought, so perhaps that'll come more natural in time as I get further into it. Just say thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you on my next trip.